Welcome to Greetings from Vernon. I'm your host, Dan Cleary. We're coming to you from the high school parking lot. Later on the show, we're going to talk to the new principal here at the high school, Dr. Pauline Anderson. And it's October, folks. Look at the beautiful fall foliage behind us. Is there a prettier place around than Vernon during the fall? I think not. So get out there and enjoy all the good fall weather that summer heat has broken. I know some people are upset about that, but fall's about nice temperatures, changing colors, and Vernon Township is the place to be for all your fall activities. Well, we're going to start off tonight's show with a story on the 25th anniversary of the Senior Center in Vernon. Jane Dampster does a great job, and we went there and spoke to a couple of people who attended the event.
It is so important because it brings seniors together, people together. And I just have to say, it's all because of Jane. Jane and her staff, they do it all. And let's face it, when we get up there in the years, which like I just said, I just turned 60, you need a place to go. You need a place to relate to people and discuss ideas. And I know a lot of the seniors, they do get lonely. And this is one part of their day where they have other people to speak with, discuss with, remember the old times. And they get great food down here, a nutritious meal, and that's so important to our older population.
And as far as you as mayor, it gives you an opportunity to hear their concerns.
Absolutely. I'm just right upstairs, and now the elevator works. I can go right up there. Jane and I meet, what do you say, once a week or something? Whatever concerns there are, Jane brings them to our office. And pretty much it's like, Jane, you're the boss. Take care of it. You know more than I do. And she does a wonderful job. She really does.
And, you know, for the seniors that don't know about this place, this is a great place to come. Jane, just tell everyone some of the activities you have here. Obviously, today's the anniversary.
Okay, we have so many things to do. For the gentlemen, we have pool, we have shuffleboard, there's crochet. They take wonderful trips. In fact, I think in September, they're heading to Foxwoods Casino, Mystic Seaport, and then to Newport, Rhode Island for a couple of days. They're planning on going into Wildwood in September also. It's just a lot of different things that go on. Sometimes you'll find them all singing songs or playing games. Sometimes they say things that make me blush. And, but there's a lot of friendships that have happened because of people coming here, and we laugh a lot. We really laugh a lot down here.
And just talk about the importance of the center in town. Mayor Shortway was talking about it, and that it's been around 25 years, so you guys are doing it right.
Yes, it has been around 25 years. Actually, the Golden Lunch Bunch had started back in the 70s, and they used to meet at McAfee Firehouse. So it's just a bonus that they have this beautiful facility. We're fortunate to have it. Not all towns have it. Not many towns have anything as nice as we do. So. And
you and I have talked before. One of the things you guys do here is you bring the young kids in to interact with the senior citizens, and it's just a great thing. Just talk about that.
We do. We have different groups come in. There's a group of high schoolers. They come in and do fashion shows that involve the seniors. The seniors are our models, too. In fact, we're going to get the mayor to model something next time. And Cub Scouts come in and do Christmas carols. We have another group that come in that are associated with the Children's Miracle Network hospitals, and the seniors make cards and pack little happy packs for them with smiley faces and different things. So we do have a lot of interaction. The seniors love when the kids come. That's their favorite time. We always have a packed room. And then the kids will help serve lunch and help clean up lunch, so it's a win-win for both.
Mayor Shortway mentioned during his speech, just talk about the staff and the people that help you out here, because without them, there's no senior citizen center.
Yes, that's true. Fortunately, we have some great people in the kitchen. I have a kitchen manager named Carol. The rest of the kitchen staff is revolving from different programs, but we've been lucky and always get good people. Michelle, of course, Michelle Downtain, she helps me tremendously. And it's nice also having the support of the mayor. If I get a crazy idea or something, he just tells me, go ahead. So, it's great. It's great. I'm happy to have the job that I have.
Now, if a senior's watching this is not really sure, maybe they just moved to town, moved in with their children, they're new, how can they find you and where can they get information?
Okay, they can, if they're computer literate, they can find out about us on the township website. We also have a Facebook page, Vernon Senior Center. They can call us here at the Senior Center at 973-764-54, or anytime they're welcome to just stop down, to just come in and visit.
Jane and her staff, Michelle Downton as well, do a great job with that senior center, and it's great to see all the seniors getting down there, interacting, having fun. It's just a great place. If you haven't checked it out, if you're a senior, please stop by. They're always welcoming new people. Before we go to break, we want to thank the Vernon Township Education Association, the local teachers union. They believe in the positive stories we do here on Greetings from Vernon, and we appreciate their sponsorship. And we have great schools in Vernon, and it's because of the great teachers. We want to thank the union, and we'll have more here on Greetings from Vernon right after these messages. United Water is now Suez, safe, clean water for the communities they serve. United Water is now Suez, safe, clean water for the communities they serve. Earlier in September, the Vernon Township Chamber of Commerce held its annual Main Street Fair. They had a lot of vendors, people going there and checking out all the vendors, food. Just a good day to get the township residents all together. And here's a story on the Main Street Fair.
We were looking for some commercial activity for our Main Street in Vernon since there are no businesses here yet, and we are, of course, promoting business. So this fair hopefully will bring people out and they can see the possibilities and potentials of Main Street Vernon.
And it looks like we have, me and you were talking off camera, we have several vendors here today. You said we had about 56 or so?
Yes, we do have 56 confirmed vendors with several others coming in.
And then talk about how everyone came about and how this all got going and how you reached out. This is just the third year and you have 56 vendors, quite a good number.
Yes, so I have a good team with the Chamber. Our board of directors works really hard on these events. We also do the Taste of Vernon, which is quite a success. But there's been a lot of hard work put into this, a lot of promotion, and the town and the community are working with us every day on this.
And all 56 vendors are local from the Vernon community?
Pretty much, almost all of them.
And then the Chamber of Commerce, you mentioned getting this going. How did, where did this come about? This is the third annual year and seems to be pretty successful here early on.
I think it came from community integration and with what the businesses in town were doing or attempting to do and supporting their efforts. So this is just a change in pace for the Chamber of Commerce. Rather than just being business oriented, we are community oriented and supporting our businesses.
And what has been the overall feedback from not only from everybody in the Chamber of Commerce, and the people that show up, but as well as the vendors themselves coming year in, year out?
The feedback's been excellent. That's what's encouraged us. And we've encouraged our local membership to be out here on the street because it does help their business. People in town get to speak to them face to face, learn what their business is, what their product is, and they develop a relationship, which is everything in business.
Again, this is just the third year, but have we seen throughout the 56 vendors, are they returning vendors? Are there new vendors that are showing up year after year?
I would say that our original group of vendors are all here, and our second group of vendors are all here. So we look forward to having a bigger event for number 4.
And then Elmer, Chamber of Commerce, if someone wants to go about getting involved with that, contact information, how they can go about getting involved.
They can go on our website, vernonchamber.com, again, get our contact information. I don't happen to have the phone number memorized, but if you would do that, then we can get back to you and get an application or have you come over and or I'll stop by and see you and talk to you about your business and what we can do for you as a Chamber of Commerce.
Here with Larice Truck, owner of Highlands Flowers in Vernon. Larice, you're here at the Vernon Street Fair. Your thoughts on coming to this event?
It's a great event. We've done this is our third year in a row with the Vernon Chamber of Commerce. It's a fantastic event. Kids, families, pets, everybody's coming down. There's food, entertainment, shopping, discounts. We've got a bouncy house this year and pony rides. It's just an awesome community event, and I'm really happy to be a part of it.
And you've been a part of this for 3 years. Your thoughts on being involved with this from year one and how it's grown? We see about 56 vendors here this afternoon.
It's grown. The first year was very small, but it was exciting, and the town felt it, and it's just grown since then. 56 vendors. It's going to be even bigger next year. We're really happy.
And then your thoughts, I mean, you see the whole town come out and get involved in this. How fun is it to see the entire town, people that come out and see the local people of Vernon?
There's kids walking around from the high school dressed as characters. For the little kids, the band is here. The dance centers are here. It's just such a great community event, and all the kids are happy. It's just every town should do this. I wish we could do it more often.
And then tell everyone a little bit about Highland Flower Shop, where you're located and where everyone can find you.
Well, we've been in Vernon. This is our 25th year. It's our 25th anniversary year. I started my business in Highland Lakes in '92, and we've moved down to Vernon, and we're just really happy to be here. We're right on Main Street on Church Street in Vernon. We've got flowers, gifts, plants. We deliver local or worldwide. And we're on the web, highlandflowers.com.
Here is Cynthia for the co-owner of the Nomad Spice Company. Cynthia, just give everyone a heads up on what we got going on here.
Well, we are importers of fine spices and teas from all over the world. We are currently importing from Thailand. We are currently importing from Madagascar, from Spain, and from China. We've got a variety of high quality, closer to what you would find what a chef would be using. So our products are not what you're going to find in the grocery store. What I have in my hands, if you can see the colors, so I've got blue tea in the center. That is butterfly pea flower tea, and when you add an acid, it turns purple. And the red tea up there is a hibiscus tea. All of these teas are free of caffeine, and they are very high in antioxidants. And we also import matcha tea, which is also very, very high in antioxidants. It does have a little caffeine, gives you a little kick, but it's a tremendous health value. They're not things that you're going to see every day. Our products are not. So my partner, Rob, has been in the food industry his entire life. He went to college for restaurant and hotel management. Then he went off to culinary school. So he has been a chef, he's a trained chef, and he's been a food broker his entire career. When we got together about 8 years ago, 7, 8 years ago, I'm a full-time school teacher, but I am an avid cook. So we love to explore with flavors and spices and exotic things that you don't really hear often. And we just decided we want to bring that love, our love from our kitchen, to everybody else. And that's how we got started.
And then talk about how has it been received here in Vernon? Exotic spices, a lot of chefs, and everyone likes to do barbecuing on the weekend. Everyone likes to experiment, get in touch with their inner chef.
Well, this is our first Vernon Day, Vernon show, so we're kind of putting ourselves out here in the public. A lot of our customers come to us online, and that's why we wanted to make sure that the local people, because there are so many chefs, and the food industry here with the organic growers, the farmers, the butchers, all the small farms that you have. You can buy your fresh meat, your fresh vegetables. So I've been doing a tremendous amount of canning recently with the produce that I bought here in Vernon from the local growers and using our spices.
And then just give everyone a heads up. You guys are located in Vernon. Whereabouts can they find you, and where are you guys located?
Well, you can't find us as far as our business because we don't have a brick and mortar.
Oh, okay.
But you can find us at www.nomadspiceco.com, and we will be happy to answer any questions. We've got newsletters, and we can talk to you about all of the different spices, some of the health benefits of the different spices. So we would love to hear from you. Come on down to the fair and, meet us now.
All right, Vernon Township Chamber of Commerce always promoting business in town. There's plenty of it, folks, so support everyone that's part of the chamber. We'll have more here from Greetings from Vernon right after these messages. And as we go to break, also want to thank the Vernon Township Education Association, the local teachers union, for being a sponsor here since the wintertime here on Greetings from Vernon. United Water is now Suez, safe, clean water for the communities they serve. United Water is now Suez, safe, clean water for the communities they serve. One of the clubs here in the township is the Vernon Township Women's Club. It's a group of ladies that get together to try to better the community, raise money, but I'll let President Lisa Mills tell you what they're all about.
The Vernon Township Women's Club is a small group of amazing, powerful women who are committed to making the world a better place, one project at a time and one person at a time. We work with about 30 members here we meet at the Vernon Township Seniors Center every month. And we do all kinds of projects related to community service. We work with domestic abuse victims by providing clothing and personal items that they need when they go to the shelter. We provide Christmas presents for their children if they're there at Christmas time. We make and donate blankets to Newton Hospital for chemotherapy patients. We knit hats for soldiers to wear under their helmets, soldiers that are stationed abroad. We pack Christmas stockings and send them to soldiers that are stationed abroad. We just do all kinds of different projects to try to make the world a better place.
I know last year you were collecting the bras for the cause. Just tell everyone, because that was a pretty neat thing you guys were doing.
The bra collection was an amazing project. There's a group called Free the Girls. It's a nonprofit organization based in Indiana, and they help women who have been rescued from sex trafficking. And they provide assistance by helping these women start their own businesses in third world countries. And they sell used clothing. Amazingly, they have found that bras are a hot commodity and can command top dollar, so they started collecting bras. And we joined into that project, and we collected bras locally at several different drop-off locations. And we sent about 1,500 bras over to Free the Girls to help the women who have been rescued from sex trafficking. And then they can start their own businesses to sell them. They become self-sufficient. They can support their children and their families and create a better life for themselves.
I know one of the fundraisers you're doing now is volunteering over at Heaven Hill with Martin Theobald. You know, that's his Super Bowl season now with the fall here, and you guys go up there and volunteer. Tell everyone what you guys do there.
The Women's Club actually mans the ticket booth and the front gate on weekends, every weekend at Heaven Hill during their fall festival. We sell the tickets, we give out the wristbands, and we check the wristbands at the gate. We spend hours and hours of our time doing that to help Heaven Hill, and in return they make a contribution to our club for every hour that we've worked there. It's one of our largest fundraisers of the year.
Talk about what it takes to be a member of this club. You have to give of yourself. You have to be community oriented. Just talk about the type of woman that belongs to this club and the hard work and dedication they put in.
We have amazing women in this club. Anyone from 18 to 118 is welcome to join us. And yes, you need to be committed to wanting to make the world a better place, as we say. We're a giving club. We raise money so we can give it away. And some people contribute hundreds of hours a year. Some people contribute whenever they can. Some members work, some are retired, some have children. We come from all walks of life, and we just come together to help other people.
Now, if someone sees this and they want to get involved, they say this is a pretty neat thing, how do they go about doing that?
You can check our website, which is www.vtwc for Vernon Township Women's Club.org, and we're also on Facebook, so they can find us in either of those locations.
All right, we were there when they had their potluck dinner, and it was a great event. All the members there, a bunch of dedicated ladies to make this town and make the world a better place. It's a great job they do. We'll have more here on Greetings from Vernon, but before we go to break, once again, want to thank the Vernon Township Education Association, the local teachers union. They've been with us since early winter time, and we really appreciate their sponsorship as well as our title sponsor, Suez Water. They've been with us all the way back when we were in a different incarnation, Vernon Vibes. So we appreciate all their sponsorship. So we'll go to break. We'll have more here on Greetings from Vernon right after this. United Water is now Suez, safe, clean water for the communities they serve. United Water is now Suez, safe, clean water for the communities they serve. Welcome back to Greetings from Vernon, as we're coming to you from the high school, all episode long, with the beautiful colors behind us starting to change. It's getting that fall feeling, which is awesome here in town. But here at the high school, they have a new building principal, and that is Dr. Pauline Anderson, a longtime member of the administration here in the district at Walnut Ridge and Glen Meadow. We spoke to Dr. Anderson. We also spoke with Dr. Chuck McKay, who also gave us a little update what's going on in the schools.
Hello, folks. Today we're talking about Vernon and all the great things that are happening in the school system. One of the most important things, of course, is a change in leadership in some of the buildings as people have moved with their staff because of the reconfiguration. And one of the people that you're going to meet today is Dr. Anderson. Dr. Pauline Anderson has taken over the helm at the high school, and you're going to interview with her later. We also have major changes happening in other schools. We also have Rosemary Gebhardt at Cedar Mountain, and we have Mr. Dennis Mudrick at Lounsbury Hollow, and of course Miss Edwina Piszczek at Glen Meadow, along with Kristen Goodenkoff. And then at the high school, joining Dr. Lopresti and Mr. Trusa is Mr. Eric Kosek, and of course Dr. Pauline Anderson, who you're going to meet today.
This is my 13th year in Vernon. I was principal of Walnut Ridge School for 8 years, at Glen Meadow for 4 years, and now my first year here at the high school. Interestingly enough, my kindergartners, my first kindergarten class, are now my seniors. So with the idea that I knew these students so well and I knew their families so well, I believed that looping up to the high school was a good move both for the district and for myself professionally.
Now just talk about the jump. You were doing elementary school, then grade school, now at the high school. It's different challenges. Just talk about how you can approach that.
Sure. One of the first things that I did when I got into the high school was to survey the parents, the students, and all of the teachers to see what it was that they were looking for in the high school for the upcoming year. What they thought were the strengths, what they saw as some needs for the high school, and how I could assist in any of that process. So using all of that information, we began the year. I actually had a conversation with quite a few of the students who came in over the summer, and we had a conversation about what it was that they wanted. I realized that many of the students were concerned that if I got up here to the high school, it would be a repeat of what they experienced at Glen Meadow. So I made sure that we addressed that and that we lightened up a little bit on the dress code and that they could use their cell phones as long as they were in the designated areas of the cafeteria and the media center, that I did not want to see them in the hallway. I had the teachers on board with that, and I believe at this age level, students learn more by watching us than even by listening to us. So we believe that that was important for role models. I have found in the first month here, knowing the students and their families has been of great importance. As students are going through some struggles and families the same, I was able to give some history and able to provide some guidance to many of the situations, and that was exactly what I was looking to do.
Now, obviously, when you applied for the position, you had a mission and goal in mind and how you wanted to be an administrator. Just to let everyone know what those are.
Sure. Being an administrator in the district as a primary administrator, I have 17 years of primary experience, starting in Catholic school, then sometime down in East Hanover, and then Vernon. One of our former superintendents had suggested that I move out of the primary area and extend myself beyond that, which is why I took over at Glen Meadow. I loved the experience. Knowing the students at a different age level was really a wonderful experience for me. And knowing the curriculum better. At the primary level, so much of it is repetitive in each of the classrooms. Once you've been in a building for 8 years, it becomes a little bit difficult to evaluate teachers and say anything that's different. But up here you have the opportunity to work with the supervisors and the directors, they being the experts in the curriculum area, and me being here to assist with classroom behavior and school management. I believed that it was very important at this age level to really have them ready to go beyond these walls. We hear a lot about college preparatory, having the students prepared for college, prepared for the workforce. And now that all the CTE programs are in place, believed that it was very important for me to be on the floor running with all of these so that the students are leaving here with workplace readiness, and that they know that there's a bigger world out there and that they're even down to the rules and regulations that they will need to follow beyond the high school. I think that it's a really great place for them to be able to just learn that there's implications to their actions.
Now here at the high school, there's different levels of administrators. You have more vice principals, Well, you run the building. Just talk about that transition. I know Mr. Casa came in with you as well.
Right.
Just talk about working with the current administrators, Mrs. Lopresti and Mr. Trusa, and just how that's going along.
Right, sure. Dr. Lopresti was here as an assistant principal for 8 years, so she has an inordinate amount of knowledge about how the building runs. Mr. Trusa also has many years of experience, but will be retiring at the end of this calendar year. So it was discussed at Glen Meadow with Mr. Kosak that he would be possibly transferred up here so that he would be a liaison for the students, having looped up with the students. We've had every one of these students, for the most part, at Glen Meadow just in very recent years. So we've used their expertise on how the school has always been run, and of course we're available to any faculty members and whatnot over the summer for anything that they wanted to see as changes. Mr. Kosak's information about the students and their recent behaviors has been really very, very important, and our guidance that we've received from Dr. Lopresti and Mr. Trusa about how things happen at the high school, and also working with Mr. Wallach and our other campus monitors has really been most beneficial.
Now, if a parent is watching this or a guardian, they want to contact you, they have any questions, how do they go about that?
Absolutely. The easiest way really is by email. I will always answer my emails within the day. I answer my emails over the weekend, etc. I am always in close contact with anyone who wants to speak to me. My office has been relocated out to the hallway, which was a former workroom. One of the things that I noted when I came up to tour the high school was that the principal's office was somewhat secluded. Having been in administration for, now this is my 21st year, I know that visibility is imperative, especially at this age level with students, so that they can just pop in and ask a question, so that faculty members or staff members who need to ask you something, you're available to them. I don't like students to have to go through layers of people to answer the questions for me. I want them to ask me directly. I received excellent advice from my first superintendent that I worked for, who said, be visible and be approachable so that people don't have to make up the answers to those questions. We did the same thing with the offices for all of our guidance counselors. We've moved them out of what was formerly known as the guidance suite, and those school counselors are now located in very visible offices throughout the school building, so that students can pop in and say, can I talk to you for a minute, without having to make an appointment or explain to 2 or 3 people why they're there. So we've also opened up a college and career readiness center up off the library, so that students may go in there during their lunch periods and see all that is ahead of them, being that we really do want students to look at those 2- and 4-year colleges. We want them to be focused on that early enough so that they make sure that they have the right numbers of their credits before they're even applying for those schools. I am thoroughly enjoying my time here. I have to say that this is the building that never sleeps. I don't know whether it's more active before, during, or after the school day. I thoroughly enjoy being able to get to those activities that the band is involved in, and all of our CTE classes I find absolutely mesmerizing. I love to go down and see hair being done during the school day, and I can smell fresh baking all day long, and the sporting events are wonderful. We have students entering the school building every day, earlier than they were allowed in the past, because they can go right to the cafeteria. We have so you can get to see them in a little more informal settings. So as students arrive, they can come right to the school, go right into the cafeteria and have breakfast. And we've extended that first morning period a little bit so that every student can be well fed and ready to learn.
All right, big changes in Vernon. Hopefully everyone gets through it. I know change isn't easy. The classroom size is a little bit different than before, but it's all going to work out. Everyone be patient. I can tell you the administrators have the interests of your children at their heart. They're not doing this for them. They're doing it for the betterment of the community and the educational environment. Although you might be frustrated with some of the changes, hang in there, folks. It'll be fine. We'll have more here on Greetings from Vernon right after these messages. United Water is now Suez, safe, clean water for the communities they serve. United Water is now Suez, safe, clean water for the communities they serve. Welcome back to Greetings from Vernon. I'm your host, Dan Cleary. Time for our October safety tip from Captain Dan Young of the Vernon Township Police Department.
Hi, I'm Captain Dan Young with the Vernon Township Police. I'm here with your October tip of the month. As we enter fall, once again, where schools are in full swing, we want to go over a little bit of bus safety. School buses are critical to the infrastructure of Vernon, getting all our kids safely to school. We want to help them to get safely to school. So the first thing I'd like to add is all of our commuters, because this is a commuter community, please leave a little bit of extra time in the morning and in the evening when you're coming home to make sure our kids get to and from school safely as we're driving on our roads. An important tip that I'd like to point out is parents, when you're bringing your kids to the bus stop, please remember stop signs. You need to park 50 feet from a stop sign when you're parked for your kids to catch the school bus. Also, it's very important, do not block the intersections. Blocking the intersections causes congestion and also causes traffic hazards. Also, a very important point is as we're getting into fall, sun's coming up a little later and it's going to bed a little earlier. So we have kids getting on the bus and it's dark and they're getting off and it's dark. So please take your time again, let our kids get to school safely and home safely. Also in October, we have Halloween coming. I'd like to touch on a couple quick Halloween safety tips. Please make sure your youngest children, the little ones, please make sure they're going with an adult or with an older sibling. We don't want them out walking around by themselves. And I know our parents in Vernon, you don't let them do that. Please adhere to that. Also, we ask our kids to wear something reflective. Make sure you have something reflective on as they're walking through the neighborhoods and through the streets. Make it easy to see, because again, it's going to be getting dark earlier soon. Also, very important, parents, this is a perfect time to go over stranger danger with your children. It's Halloween time, they're going to be knocking on strange people's doors. Please go over stranger danger with them. And last but not least, as we hit the fall season, we also hit black bears getting ready for hibernation. So you're going to see the black bears out in full swing, eating everything they could possibly eat to stock up for the winter. Thank you, and I'll see you next month.
Thanks, Captain Young. You and Chief Mills do a great job with those segments and do a great job protecting the community. And remember, folks, the police are there to help and serve you. They're not the bad guys. No matter what you hear in the mass media, the police are not the bad guys, folks. So trust me on that. They're there to help you out. Well, that's going to wrap up this edition from Greetings from Vernon. Again, it's October. Pochuck Valley Farms, great place to go for a hayride, to go apple picking. You go up right down the road, up on 94, right by the border of Warwick. You have Heaven Hill. Martin Theobald always puts on a good show up there. As we talked to Lisa Mills earlier, the Women's Club gets a donation from Heaven Hill for working the door and letting everyone get in, working the booth. So you want to support the Women's Club, you can go up there, buy a ticket, go to Heaven Hill, enjoy everything there, and just get out. Appalachian Trail. There's so many things to do here in the fall. It's amazing. And again, at the end of the month, Halloween, keep an eye out for the little ones, like Captain Young said. There'll be plenty of trunk or treat where communities get together and they have the trick or treat is done in a parking lot. Everyone knows what a trunk or treat is, so be safe. Check out local websites and Facebook pages to see when those are, and just enjoy October in Vernon. There's not a better time to be in this township. So I hope you enjoyed our show. We'll see you again next month. I'm your host, Dan Cleary. Good night, everyone.